Hey friends, welcome back. If this is your first video you're seeing of mine, welcome. My name is Rachel. I am a neurodivergent makeup lover who is trying to find a balance between owning too much and using and loving what I have, but also like enjoying new stuff. If that seems like something that you're into, please subscribe. I would love it if you did. I talk with my hands a lot. Today we're gonna go through an empties. I've already filmed one of these, but my computer decided to eat it. So we're doing it again. Let's go. Like I said, I've already filmed this, and as I was talking, I had some reformed thoughts. So let's discuss. First thing, we know there's no such thing as a holy grail, but this is my holy grail cleanser. This is the CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser. I have one of these in my shower. I also have one of these next to my sink. And I have one at my boyfriend's. I always forget that that's now a part of where my skincare is stored, is at his place. I took a bath and I used a Lush bath bomb. It was lovely. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a very nice bath. Couple of quick masks. This is either from Spa something or other. Spaceuticals. Spascriptions. These are those collagen under eye masks. They were fine. I don't remember them drying my eyes out. I don't remember them being particularly hydrating, but they're not terrible. This is great. I love the Sephora masks. This is the coconut mask. My brother last Christmas got me a huge stack of the Sephora face masks, which, great gift idea. Even though they weren't on my wish list. That was really cool. And I love the coconut. When my skin is parched and dry, the coconut. They also used to have an avocado. I don't know if they still make that one, but this is a nice second. Speaking of masks, this is one that actually dried out on me. Some of the stuff in here is stuff that has gone off. Some of it is stuff I've finished, and some of it is stuff I've decluttered either because I'm not using it or due to age. This mask, this is the Boscia Matcha Green Tea Mask. I got to do my Yoda impression every time I wore it. Every time I used it. Do or do not. There is no try. I looked like Yoda. Or I ran around the house singing Defying Gravity because I looked like Elphaba from Wicked. Yeah, I'm that person. Anyway, beautiful mask. I wish I'd finished it up before it went off, but that is a reminder to us all who have a lot of this kind of thing. Use it up before it goes bad. Let's talk about some skincare that I hated. But for some reason, I convinced myself that I liked it and that it was doing what I wanted it to do. This is from Hemp's. This is the CBD Face the Moisture. One of the things I think I was doing wrong is this is considered a day cream, and I was using it as a final layer to my nighttime skincare. I noticed that I had to be careful what I put it on top of because it created like this dusty, sandy peeling, and I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. I would need to spray one of the facial mists that I have, like the Mario Badescu's, on top of it and kind of re-emulsify it in order to get it to stay on my face. Or wash it off entirely and start over. But I convinced myself that I liked it. And I don't know why I did that. And it's maybe because I didn't see those flaws. I saw what it was doing for my skin, which is when it stayed put, it was beautiful. It was beautiful when it did what I needed it to do. Either way, this product has been discontinued. I'm finished with these two. I have another one at my boyfriend's that I've told him, use on your hands, use on your legs. I don't want it. I've got other stuff I love. And that brings me to this. This is the Rephr Lightweight Hydrating Cream 2.0. I have been a Neutrogena Hydro Boost girly for years. And as I have used that product over and over again, I've started to resent the packaging because it is not recyclable. They have changed that now, but even so, this is so much more product for about the same amount of money, and the packaging is in tube is entirely recyclable. And it's a beautiful product, but fantastic moisturizer. 2023 was the year that I discovered ceramides and really discovered what they can do as far as holding moisture into my skin and making sure that everything penetrates. I have been a longtime lover of the Dr. Jart Ceramide cream. But man, that stuff went up to $48 for a tube. This is 1.89 fluid ounces for $48. And because it's a tube and it's really thick, you don't feel like you need to use much. On the other hand, let's talk about these guys. This is the, what is this called? Super Ceramide Cream from Good Cerra. Good Cerra is the brand, or the line, and it's by Holika, which is a Korean skincare brand, I think. Somewhere in the J Beauty, K Beauty space. These are fantastic. They're no more than $20 a jar. A jar lasts me like 2 months. I've got one that I'm halfway through, and I use it in conjunction with the Rephr. So I'll put the Rephr on first, and then I'll put a thin layer of this on, and I'll alternate until I feel like my skin has really absorbed enough moisture. And then I do a thin slugging layer. This stuff is phenomenal. I'm never going back to the Dr. Jart because this feels like I can use more. It doesn't have that preciousness of being $48 for a tube that I'm going to fly through in 2 months. This stuff is $17 and I can fly through this in 2 months and not feel bad. I don't know if these jars are recyclable, but I have friends who are artists and they love stuff like this. So I'm going to set this aside to give to a specific friend who is a jeweler. On the same track with the ceramides, let's talk about, I have an Allure Beauty Box subscription. It's where I get a lot of my high-end skincare. I don't usually pay for that stuff because I don't feel it's worth it. Some stuff is not. I have 2 high-end niacinamide serums that I don't feel they're worth the money because I have a drugstore alternative. I'm not calling it a dupe, I'm calling it an alternative. So the Sunday Riley, I don't know if this is B2 Nice, the 10% niacinamide serum from Sunday Riley. It's fine. It's a niacinamide serum. It feels nice. It was fine. It was not remarkable enough for me to even consider repurchasing it secondhand. This one I did take a look at on the secondhand market, and people have just priced it so high that it's not going to sell because they're going to go buy a new one. This is the Glow Recipe Water Niacinamide Dewdrops. These are nice. These are nice and thick. You can really feel them sinking into the skin. The fragrance isn't too much. Now, if you have skin that is really sensitive to fragrance, it might be too much. The thing that drove me nuts about this is the bottle. It's a beautiful bottle. It looks gorgeous sitting on your vanity, but you can't get all of the bloody product out. Not even with one of my cosmetic spatulas. I could not find a tool to get into the contours of this bottle. And if I look through the light, I can see areas where there's product gathered that I can't get to. I'm not paying $48 for a serum that I cannot use. If I cannot get every drop out of it, I don't want it. No, thank you. Fine. I don't think it's the product itself is worth the price. Had they gone with a different container shape where you could actually get everything out, we'd be talking about a different story, but we're not. This one is the drugstore alternative. And unfortunately, I don't think this is recyclable. This is the Neutrogena. Oh, it's a Hydro Boost. It's the niacinamide serum. I have one of these open. I know this is not the first one of these I've emptied. Do not buy this full price because it is close. It's like 30 bucks. Wait until CVS has like a buy one, get one, or until you at least have some extra bucks. Neutrogena, you can always get a discount because it is drugstore and it is so epitomately, it is the epitome of drugstore skincare, but it's good. And it's not the super expensive Vichy or the La Roche-Posay, which are going to be really, really like, you might as well go to Sephora at that point. I always get the Neutrogena on sale, and I really, really like this product. It's thin, but it does a job. I use a couple layers, and then I put the other stuff on top. I put the Holika and the Rephr, and my skin is just so happy. Another product that has contributed to the overall happiness of my skin is the Good Molecules Yerba Mate Wake Up Gel. I forgot about this. I found this in a bag of travel skincare, and my brain went, why haven't I used that? It was really good. Why did you stop using it? I don't know. I was using this instead. This is the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright. I don't love it. I felt it actually overhydrated my under eyes, which emphasized the creases and made everything look bad. I didn't like it at all. As soon as I stopped using this and switched to a gel weight eye cream, my under eyes started being much happier, and we love that. So we love this one. I don't like this one, but that doesn't mean that it's not somebody else's cup of tea. These are the InnsTree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Gel Sunscreen, Watery Sun Gel at SPF 50. Last I checked, you could get a box of 2 of these on Amazon for $20. I don't know if that was a limited time thing. Anyway, it is available on Amazon. Daddy Bezos is getting all of our money. Cannot argue with the convenience. This is beautiful. It's sunscreen, but it doesn't feel like sunscreen. It doesn't smell like sunscreen. It doesn't behave like sunscreen. It behaves like a moisturizer. So it is that top layer to your skincare. It's gonna help your skin stay hydrated, look hydrated, and be protected from the sun. We love good sun protection. Oh goodness, let's talk about cleansing balms, because I have several in here and I have thoughts. The Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm. Middle of the road. It's fine. I bought it. I have used so many tubes of it, but lately I've just been getting really tired of fighting with this formula. It's really thick to the point where it's almost sticky. So you put it on your hand, you squeeze it out, and if it's been sitting a while, it's got this like pre-oil that comes out that's separated. It's fine, whatever. It warms into an oil when you put it in your hands anyway. So you put that on and you work it in, and then you have to like dabble in the water, just touch lightly, and then rub your hands together to get it to that to emulsify, and then go back over your face and do that again and do it once more until everything has emulsified. And it's just so much work. It's so much work. And I stuck with it because I like the delivery system. I like the size. This is 5 ounces for, I think this is between $10 and $15 now. But if you're looking for a decent makeup remover that you maybe have, that you have to baby a little bit, this one does the job. I just don't enjoy using it anymore. This one, I don't have a bad bin. I'm not Tati. Do y'all remember the days of Tati in the bad bin? I don't even watch her anymore. But this would go in the bad bin, and I finished it. I did not realize the thing that was making my eyes hurt was this until I was finished with it, and I used another cleansing balm, and I was like, wait, my eyes are not turning red. They're not watering the minute I wake up because they are so inflamed. This is from Neutrogena, by the way. This is their new cleansing balm. It's terrible. I hate it. I'm not buying it again. No, thank you. This is the one that I have actually been repurchasing. This is from Naturium. This is the Fermented Camellia Creamy Cleansing Oil. That is a lot of alliteration. This is a little over 3 ounces. It's 3.5 ounces. And it's between like $17 to $22. And it's such an elegant formula. You know, it's so beautiful to just dispense comes in and it coils in this little ball of oil, and you spread it between your hands and it just goes on so smoothly, and you feel it start to break down your makeup and you can start to see it and feel it on your hands. And then you go in and it emulsifies and then it washes off clean, and then you do your double cleanse and you're done. You don't have to fight with it. You don't have to baby it. You don't have to like try and figure out how to make it work, because it just works. It just does what you need it to do. And I like a squeeze tube. So this is my new makeup remover of choice. Let's talk about some hair stuff. This I should not have purchased. It was an accident. I thought I was buying a skincare product. Make sure that when you're buying stuff online, even if it's impulse, make sure it's what you want. This is from Shea Moisture. This is their Hydrate and Repair Protein Powered Treatment. This was way too thick and heavy for my hair, and I didn't use it and it dried out. I don't like that it happens, but it does happen. It's just too heavy for my hair. I don't have another opinion about it. If you've got thicker hair that needs extra moisture, this might be what you need. But my hair is fine and doesn't like a lot of moisture. This is the waterless dry conditioner, weightless smooth. Smooth, soft feel without the weight. And this is great for fine hair. It says right there on the jar, on the can. This is good. I like it. I forget about it when I remember I have it and I really need to wash my hair and I am living on dry shampoo, gumption, and a prayer. This helps bring my hair back to life. It gives it a little bit of glossiness. It makes it so I can get a comb through it. And then I can just put it up in a messy bun and know that I'm good for at least a day or so. In that same vein, I have two dry shampoos. I actually forgot the texturizing one that I finished at my boyfriend's. But the Batiste dry shampoo, this is the barely scented version. Yo, I get such headaches from artificial fragrances, especially in this kind of delivery system, that I really try to stay away from it. And I've repurchased this numerous times. It is my go-to. And I have nothing bad to say about it. It can leave a white cast. If you have darker hair, it can leave a bit of a white cast. The texturizing version of this is also really good. Oh, right. Wait, let's talk about some oils because I have quite a few. This is a medical marijuana product. I live in a marijuana state and I'm disabled, so I do take advantage of that. This is from Lighthouse Sciences. This is their MJ Muscle and Joint Balm. Yo, as far as topicals go, this is one of the most effective I've ever used. I have major back issues, and near the end of the day, if I have been upright for too long, my spine feels it. Take a little bit of this, work it into that area, let it warm up, and suddenly it helps relax everything. And I just cannot say enough about this. I don't know if this is available nationwide, but in Ohio, look for this stuff if you need something like a topical that is going to help. It also is really hydrating because it's a balm. It's a very thin, lightweight balm. It does have a bit of a menthol smell to it, but that's what really helps penetrate and get through the pain. I know I have another bottle of this somewhere, but I don't know where it is, and that's fine. I had at one point, oh, it's right in front of me and it's full. You'll notice none of these are empty. I think I did finish one and then I went to buy a backup and then I got another one in another box. This stuff goes off so fast. This is from La Flora. This is their French Girl serum. This stuff went off in less than 6 months. And I'm not cool with that. I use oils when I need them, but I don't use them all the time. Having a bottle of oil just sit in my drawer for a little while I'm waiting to finish one is fine. But when you go to open it and it smells stale, oh, no. That's not what this is supposed to smell like. It smells like stale frying oil and heavy perfume. So all three of these are gonna go. This I do not understand. I wish somebody would tell me how this is meant to be used. This is from Esker, which is a brand I have not heard of. This is their beneficial body care, natural plant-based, sulfate-free, cruelty-free, gluten-free. And it's a firming oil. I don't really use oils on my body unless it's coconut oil in the bath. But I thought, hey, this should work for a face oil. This has juniper in it. And I found that out because I was staying at my aunt's and I'm like, why is this drying out my skin? And she's like, oh, it has juniper in it. I didn't know that juniper dried out my skin. I do now. I will stay away from it. But why would you put a product like that in an oil, even for the body, that dries it out? It doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't like it. Next, this oil I really enjoyed. However, I don't think that this is something that is sustainable as a long-term staple in a skincare routine, just because it is so expensive. This is the Richwell Leafy Thorn Oil. I love the bottle. I love the way it looks. This beautiful dripping red oil sitting on your vanity in this gorgeous bottle. I'm keeping the bottle. I might make a glitter jar out of this. This is beautiful. It started to go off near the middle of the year. So I hunkered down. I was using this 3 to 4 times a day. My skin was glowing. Oh, it was so pretty and it was so hydrated. But this is like $68 a jar. And I got this at Ulta when it was in their, 21 days of beauty sale. And I had Ulta bucks to spend. Or Ulta rewards to spend. So I didn't really worry about the price. I just wanted to see if it was worth all of the rumors. If it was worth, and if it was as good as I'd heard it was. And it is. But I know that Teresa is Dead uses this as a primer. She must have drier skin than I do because I can't put this under makeup. My makeup goes slippy slidey. This was a nighttime oil for me and it was beautiful. I'm not going to repurchase it unless it's on sale, but it's a lovely, lovely oil. And while we are on the subject of oils, the basic oils, I go through petroleum jelly like crazy this time of year, and I specifically like these tubes because petroleum jelly goes up my nose. It goes up the nostrils, and then I hold a tissue at the base and squeeze it and let it absorb because my sinuses get drynesses. But yeah, this stuff is great. It's a little expensive for a tube of petroleum jelly, but if the delivery system means I'm going to use it for what I need it for, then it's worth it. Another petroleum-based product. This is the Systane Overnight Nighttime Relief. This is the balm. There's also a gel. I don't find the gel nearly as hydrating as the balm. I use multiple layers of this at night. So as I'm doing my skincare, if I put on a layer that I want to let absorb, I will switch to these and I'll put it in my, you pop out the little circles under your eyes, squeeze a little bit in there, close my eye, make sure to roll my eyes around in the socket so they all get hydrated, they all get coated, and then I put it down and I'll do another layer a few minutes later. And that's what's really helped my eyes maintain at least a sustainable level of moisture. I also have some eye drops. These are the Systane Complete. I have both the preservative-free and the regular. My doctor told me to buy the preservative-free when I had a scratch on my cornea or something. Deodorant. I use deodorant. This is the chemistry deodorant from Kosas. I don't know what's going on with my underarms, but I cannot use regular deodorants anymore. They build up and they kind of just stay in my skin and they don't absorb and they don't wash out. And next thing I know, I've got these horrible itchy bumps and then I end up with cysts. I end up with sebaceous cysts. I've had to have 2 surgically removed. And my doctor's like, what kind of deodorant are you using? And she's like, I really want you to try like a clean deodorant that doesn't have aluminum or like these ingredients. And then Kaki talked about the Kosas Sport, and this is a fragrance free. We love it. I love it. Yeah, the Kosas Sport chemistry, I think it's an AHA or a BHA. Regardless, it doesn't clog up my underarms. I can wear it multiple days in a row, and I don't feel like my underarms are like have a layer of paste. I go through one of these about every 4 to 6 months. I'll get a couple at the next Sephora sale because I need to leave one at my boyfriend's. Some of these are just things that have gone off, like this. Ugh, I don't think I ever really liked this. This is from Beauty Stat. This is their Universal Pro Moisturize Boost Cream. It says it's fragrance free. I'm afraid to open it. But oh. That is perfume. It's straight perfume. And I don't know if the product came that way or if it's gone off and now it smells horrible. Either way, I'm not putting it on my face. Bye. This is something I put all over my face. This is a mini of the Sunday Riley Good Jeans. I get these when they're 100-point perks at Sephora. I don't buy the whole thing. But then I use like half of the container on my face at once. When I really need a good heavy exfoliation, good, one night with this all over my face in a nice thick layer, and then my moisturizers and my slugging and all of that stuff. And I wake up with brand new, fresh, sparkly skin, and it's fantastic. Another retinol that I finished and I still have kind of mixed feelings about. This is from Body Mary. I had this for way past its expiration date. So when I used it up, I didn't feel like it did much. But by then it was already probably expired. I don't know how long this is supposed to last. It doesn't. Does this have an expiration date? Oh, expires 2/23, February of last year, which explains why it didn't work much when I used it. But it also didn't irritate my skin. It didn't turn it like beet red. None of that. It just wasn't as effective. It was older. It lost its efficacy. That happens. It's another lesson in the use up your stuff. All right. This I really hope has not been discontinued. This is from Flower Beauty. This is their CBD chill out, but it is a lovely, lovely, glowy. I don't know why it's so glowy, but it is. It's beautiful. So if you have dry skin and you really want some glow from within, not from your makeup, but from your actual skincare, this stuff is phenomenal. I am not seeing the chill out line on Flower's website anymore. This has gone bad. I'm not even going to open it because I know how it smells. This is from Biossance. This is their Squalane Omega Repair Cream. My skin loves squalane. It just soaks it in and it just repairs it and helps it feel like it hasn't been through a thrasher. But this has gone off and it smells truly terrible and I just want it out of my life. Oh, I didn't realize you were sitting over here. This is something that I love that Sephora no longer carries and I'm going to have to find it elsewhere. This is from Christophe Robin. This is their sea salt scrub. The only caveat I would say with this is you have to regularly shampoo your hair first and then you put this in and it gets gritty and it really helps build up a layer of lather to clean the scalp, to clean your hair at the roots. Make sure you get around your face because sometimes the hair around your face can absorb your skincare. And you get out of the shower and your hair feels like you've just left the spa, like you just left the salon. And it's so beautiful. And you don't need much. You really don't. It took me probably a year to go through this jar. And this is a mini. So yeah, this was a mini. I've gone through so many of these. It's not even funny. This is one of those products that I got in a subscription box and just fell in love with and have repurchased or been lucky enough to get them in subscription boxes again, or they've been point perks at Sephora. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite hair products of all time. All right, there's not much left in here, so we're gonna get the bucket off the table. And this is not makeup. I have another bin of makeup. This is a skincare that just went off. This is a mini of the Cetaphil Sheer Mineral Defense in 50. Oh, these beloved friends got me a little goodie bag of masks and other beauty products for my 40th birthday last year. And by last year, I mean 2022, not 23. And these are sock masks. So they're feet masks and they're rainbow cheetah print. I have not noticed my feet doing a whole lot of peeling. And I did these more than a week ago. So I don't, like, they're really cute. I don't know how well, I don't think they actually work as an exfoliant. Peter Thomas Roth, what is this? The Water Rich Moisture. Okay, this was a sample. I don't remember how I felt about it. Same as the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow AHA Night Treatment. I don't get a whole lot of experience from a one-time use sachet like these. If I'm going to have a trial size, I like it to be something I'm going to get multiple uses out of. Living Proof Multitasking Styling Cream. This is good. This is a nice, I use it as a leave-in on top of all of my other leave-ins because I do put quite a few products in my hair, and eventually I'll go through my hair care, but not right now. This is actually a decent sized sample. This is from Crabtree and Evelyn. This is the Gardener's Spiced Honey Bath Syrup. I used the whole thing in one bath. It was fine. It left my skin soft-ish. This I have bought and reused multiple times and will continue because this is my favorite. This is the Dr.Teals Cannabis Sativa Hemp Seed Oil Epsom Salts. I am an Epsom salt girly. I cannot take a bath without them. I also use coconut oil and baking soda, which is why it's hard for like a bath oil to stand up to everything else that I use, because I use inexpensive products, but I use them in large amounts. So one of these will last me 3 to 4 baths, and they're so nice. The way that this gets into my skin, and then once I've been sitting in the bath, I go in with my KP scrub on the back of my arms. It has wild thyme and bergamot, hemp seed oil, and pure Epsom salt. I love bergamot. I love thyme. It's not an overwhelming fragrance either. Makeup. I believe most of these are empties. Let's chat. I've been filming for 45 minutes and I'm starving. So let's get through these. First thing, I am decluttering. This is a backup that I was keeping at my ex-boyfriend's back when I was using this. This is the Jason Wu Brow Shaper Soap. You can see this one's practically untouched. I don't know what to do with it. I'm probably just going to scrape out the container and put the packaging in cosmetic recycling at Nordstrom Rack. I don't love this as much as I used to. It used to be my go-to before I found the Fluff Up Brow Wax from Benefit. The problem I have with this is that it gets so goopy and it makes my spoolie just really gross and hard to clean, and I don't love that. I am starting to move beyond products whose use value is outweighed by their neediness. I would consider this a very needy product because you need water to spray it, you need the spoolie to scoop it up, and then you put it in your brows. And sometimes you get too much and then you have to go back and get, it's too high maintenance. I'm not using it anymore. Viseart. You know, I have heard people talk about Viseart for so long, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I love this little palette. It's a great color story, but the mattes are dry and they don't spread. And I've had this for a long time and I bought it new and I just don't like it. And I mean, I don't think I ever really liked this palette other than the color story. Color Story is beautiful. The shimmers are just kind of dull and the mattes don't blend. And no, no, thank you. You can go. I have several products from Thrive. The Benefit Brow Wax. Let me find the other one. I know I have a mini. Yeah, I blew through 2 minis of these. So I just bought a full size. Let's talk about Thrive mascara. This is your lesson to make sure that if you're buying Thrive's mascara on Amazon, make sure you are getting it from Thrive. I got a knockoff. How do I know it's a knockoff? Well, first of all, this is the Thrive mascara that I got from Thrive. So, size of the tube, also color of the tube, and you can see all of the labeling has worn off on the outside. There's also a considerable weight difference, which explains why when I used this, it was terrible. It went everywhere. It was all over my face. I hated it. I rarely used it. I did not get an eye infection, thank goodness. If you are trying to buy this mascara from anyone but Thrive, make sure it is the legit product. And I'm going to say that for any makeup product that you buy, not from the brand itself or from a reputable dealer like Sephora, Ulta, Credo, Cult Beauty. Know who's making your stuff. I do have 2 empty tubes of the Thrive. I think these are both in Bryn. This is in Crystal. I really like this mascara. I have since fallen for the Finding Ferdinand, and today I'm wearing YSL Lash Clash. But this is a tubing mascara that I will happily go back to time and time again. The Khaki lip liner from Thrive. I don't know how I finished this up. I must have just taken the product out and trashed that and put the component into my empties. This was just too orange for me. I don't know if I was using it right, but it was just too orange. MAC Fix Plus. I have fallen in love with this stuff. It's fantastic. Another mascara, Benefit Roller Lash. This was my first experience with high-end mascara. Years and years and years ago, this was my first high-end mascara, and it is still a banger. It's so good. I don't have anything else to say. Primers. And one of these, if you see products that have tape on them, that means they're in my project pan. And I don't pan a lot, but I identify products I want to get out of my collection by the end of the year. This I got out by the end of the year. This is from Touch in Sol. This is the No Problem Priming Essence. So it is a liquidier version of that silicone primer that they make. This is really nicely hydrating. The problem is I don't need a whole lot of hydration under my makeup because I use my skincare. So I was using this as skincare on days when I wasn't wearing makeup. And it did add an additional layer of moisture to keep my face hydrated throughout the day. And it's done. Yay. I've already replaced this. This is the Wet n Wild Glass Correct. This is the green one. I do deal with some redness. This is nice too. I don't see a whole lot of green color correction, but I love the finish. Love the finish. So pretty. This was a declutter because I'm pretty sure it hardened in the tube. This is the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm. This was great, but I had this for years and I feel like I barely used any of it. And now it just won't come out. This color, this was lovely. Something that I thought I liked until I realized I didn't was the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. I broke up with this when I found the Make Beauty Blade line. This is just waxier. It's harder to work with. It's harder to get it actually into your brows. And once it gets in, it doesn't like to stay put. It likes to shift and move. I don't know what this is. It's the e.l.f. Brush Tip Brightening Concealer. I don't do a brightened under eye anymore, so this just doesn't have a place in my life anymore. And I think it's mostly empty. This doesn't smell right anymore. This is the Poreless Face Primer Prime on the Go. So it's supposed to be a liquidier version of their putty primer. It's a nice product, but it went off in 18 months. I don't know what the expo on this is. Let's see. 6 months. That explains it. That explains it. Something else that went off and more in a more violent way is my NYX glitter glue. So if you have this product, be warned that if you don't use it for a little while, it dries up in the tube. And then when you go to use it again, because that nozzle is so fine, it just breaks. And then you don't have a way to close the tube unless you depot it into a jar, which I guess you could do. Given this is like a $6-8 primer, just replace it and move on. The Clinique High Impact Mascara. The only impact this is going to give you is that you've been crying. This does not last. It does not stay put. It runs at the slightest trace of water. Glossier. Oh, I love this lipstick. This is Trench. This formula just, first of all, I think this is the one that got lost in the couch. And then I didn't use them, so I replaced them. And I didn't get a whole lot of use out of this lipstick, which makes me sad. It really does. And while we're talking, let's talk the Westman Atelier. This is beautiful. I have it in the shade Nana. Lip products. Couple things from Ritual de Fille. This was in my project pan and I bought it and it was so pretty. This is one of their melting color balms in the shade Nectar. It's just not for me. I am learning that as much as I love a balmy blush, I really like something that's got staying power. And this is not it. This made me sad, but I already ordered I already have a replacement. This is the Inner Glow Cream Pigment in the shade Lust. This is my OG raisin shade. This was what made me fall in love with raisin colored makeup, and it will be a running theme on this channel going forward. But this one went off. The one I have is brand spanking new. This took me most of the year to pan. This is from Lila B. This is one of their cream blushes in Be Lovely. Lila B is no more. They went the way of the dodo this year. And, you know, I wish their packaging had been refillable. If their packaging had been refillable, that may have saved the brand. It may have. I'm just going to put this out there. It may have saved the brand. I loved this blush. It was really beautiful, really easy to use. It was a thicker lipsticky or like texture, but it was very lightly pigmented. So you could use more of it on your face and it didn't look like you had clown cheeks. It didn't look like you just kept layering blush. It was really pretty. I'm going to keep the component. I will find something to do with it, or I will give it to a friend and be like, here, you can have it. Because I don't even know if this is recyclable. Salt New York is a brand that I love. I love what Kiki G is doing with this brand. First of all, look at that. How gorgeous is that? The products come in paper. They even have a little paper sleeve, a little cardboard protector so that the product doesn't get all dinged. These are all in recyclable pans. This is their highlighter in the shade Rust. Before they came out with Terracotta, which is one of my favorite blushes, I bought this to use as like a blushy highlight, and just this pan went off. I've had it for a while. I replaced it. It's beautiful. Then I used up another pan of the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. This I never understood. This is from Kjaer Weis. It just says Radiance. It doesn't say if it's a highlighter. It doesn't say if it's a blush. It's this putty old gum color. So this is a Hannah Louise Poston kind of color and not a me kind of color, because I have much more saturated skin and I'm a little bit darker. This was just not for me, and now it's gone off. NARS, this is a mini of their Afterglow lip balm. This was pretty. All right, Make Beauty. I have an empty of their serum balm in Halo Moon. So nice. Keep it by the bedside. I put a thin layer of it on at night. It's really pretty and it's really comfortable. And when I need to grab for something, this is usually what's on my mind. I have a refill. I have a cartridge from the Make Blade line. Just one of the things I really like about Make, and the way that they structure their components to be refillable. This, however, is not refillable, and this one broke my heart. This is their eyeliners, their Continuum Gel Eyeliner in the shade Halo. I love this color. It is a rosy taupe, and it just looks like you've got naturally darkened waterlines. If all you do is use this on the waterline, it is a gorgeous pencil for creating that visual effect of not naked eyes, but also not an obvious eyeliner. This one, however, this specific pencil, I didn't get a whole lot of use out of, because every time I opened it, and yet every time I used it, it broke. So I put a post on Instagram and I tagged the brand, and they messaged me and they were like, "Oh my God, send us your address. We want to send you another one, because that's not how that product is supposed to behave." And I have one, and it's so much better. I don't know if this was just sitting for a while before I ordered it or what, but it has redeemed itself in my eyes. I will continue to purchase this, especially this color. It's beautiful. I'm going to go in and go ahead and add in a few more empties that I finished in the last couple of days. Another tube of the Rephr Lightweight Moisture Cream, the Make Beauty Prototype Mascara. It's just done. I've had it for so long, and this is my new favorite high-end mascara. It's so good. So if I'm going to buy a tube of high-end mascara that's not tubing, it's going to be this. And last thing is a 10-pack of Just CBD honey sticks. These are great if you deal with anxiety attacks, if you deal with onset of sudden pain. They're a small enough dose of CBD that they can just calm the nervous system, calm the gut, calm the stomach, and they're not going to make you feel really tired and dopey. And you get a little snack. You get some sugar. They're not expensive either. Just CBD is a brand that I've been using for a long time. Their gummies are really good, and I love these honey sticks. I think that just about does it for this empties. I hope you all enjoyed this. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what your products are that you're finishing or panning or struggling to use, or you just hate. I want to know. What is your version of that Neutrogena cleansing balm? Because that is, no ma'am. I'd rather sleep in my makeup. I hope y'all are taking care of yourself so you can take care of each other. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, friends.